So by my reckoning, I've made 21 significant mistakes in my lifting journey so far, and I'm going to say them all here so that you don't have to make them too. Now, quick note, if you have made any of these mistakes and you just realize them now, don't beat yourself up about it, just correct course. Very simple. Mistake number 1, improper form. This is very common at the beginning. We're all guilty. Just either ask a semi-decent PT or watch a YouTube video, probably from Jeff Nippard or someone similar, telling you how to do it. This is very easy to fix. Mistake number 2, 1 rep maxing every session. I did this at the start, and obviously this is not going to be good for your gains because you're doing fewer working sets, and very quickly after a few weeks of lifting, you'll realize that you can't lift heavier and heavier in a 1 rep max after every session. So again, very easy to correct course. It's not that deep. Mistake number 3, diet flip-flopping. Basically changing your diet regularly without a clear defined goal. I used to do this all the time. I would sometimes start a bulk and a cut on the same day, definitely on the same week or within 3 days of each other. So yeah. Mistake number 4, not resting. Again, that's that No Days L video where it's like, son, when was the last time you took a rest day? There are loads of people like this, like some of my friends that are like, yeah, no, I don't need a rest day. I do a 7-day split, bro. Mistake number 5 is eating crap and calling it dirty bulking. Now, I understand if you have Joe Fazer's metabolism, some people need to. I get that, but 99% of people that ever start a bulk do not need to eat half a tub of Ben & Jerry's a day to be in a calorie surplus. And I'm very much part of that 99%, so I'm not doing that anymore for sure. On the flip side, mistake number 6 is eating way too little and calling it a cut when it's just unhealthy weight loss where you're losing all your gains and not getting aesthetic at all. I did this and it was the most unhappy period of my life, and I came out of it looking the worst I had ever looked. Mistake number 7, not pushing myself when I'm training. I did not train with the proper intensity until at least 2 years into my lifting journey. Again, this is normal at the beginning. You just fix it by training harder. Mistake number 8, avoiding difficult exercises. So squats, split squats, pull-ups and dips definitely come to mind. Basically anything where I'm not just sitting down and just doing it until I can't do it anymore. I would genuinely avoid stuff that was difficult like a squat. Number 9, skipping abs. This is just dumb. And it was about nearly a year ago when I watched a Jeff Nippard video and he said, would you skip shoulders or would you skip any other muscle group? Saying that, oh yeah, as long as I lose enough fat, it's gonna look good. No, why should abs be any different? You might not see them at a certain body fat, but you want them to pop when you get below, I don't know, 15, 12%. You want your abs to be big. Number 10, on the skipping theme, skipping legs. Number 11, the last skipping one, skipping cardio. What if you needed to run from a murderer or a tsunami and you couldn't fast enough because you had skipped cardio? Number 12 is not using a spotter and therefore being afraid to fail a rep on bench press. No one has ever told me no after I asked them to spot me. No one's gonna say no, just ask them and they're gonna be nice. You might even make a friend. Number 13, not getting enough protein in. This is a crime and I'm definitely guilty. I used to make so many excuses for not getting enough protein in. Always oh yeah, dad, you're not cooking enough food with protein. And you got to take some initiative and responsibility. If you're 16, 17, 18 years old and you're going to the gym, you got to be there ready, understanding that not everyone is thinking about protein like you are. And you've got to be making food that's got the protein content. And if you've got the means to, sometimes you've got to buy it too because it won't be there in the fridge. Number 14, and this is related, not getting enough protein in after workouts. And that means in the 2-3 hours after a workout. And I used to go work out before school at my school. And then I would shower, change, and not have any protein until lunchtime, 4 to 5 hours later. And I would have an apple or a banana and say that I was refueling myself. Number 15, not prioritizing sleep. Someone once came into my school and did a talk and said, Yeah. Do you know how many illegal substances your body, as in like substances that would be illegal if you injected them, basically illegal roids your body creates whilst you're sleeping? And I think it was testosterone and human growth hormone. Like, when you're sleeping, that's your body creating free natural roids for you. Don't turn that down. Number 16, super high volume. There were times when I would be doing more than 20 sets per workout, with sometimes resting between 3 to 5 minutes between each set, and they'd go on for 2 hours. And yeah, now my workouts are literally like usually an average of about 10 sets, 45 minutes, 3 days a week. And the intensity is just so much better. Number 17, this is quite niche. Stressing over feeling a burn after every set. You've got to accept that if you do the same movement for a year straight, your body's going to get used to it. But that doesn't mean that it's not growing. It just necessarily means that you're not exactly feeling the same pain as you want to, or as you did the first time you're doing it, and that's fine. Number 18, excessive researching. The amount of hours I spent reading either like Men's Health or Healthline, or watching Jeff Nippard trying to find like the most optimal exercise for the calf, the most optimal exercise for biceps. Any decent exercise that you push yourself to failure on will give you gains. Number 19 is copying bodybuilders. If you look at the goats of bodybuilding, you know, Arnold, Ronnie Coleman, C-Bum, Tom Platz, etc., Jay Cutler, they all did different things. So clearly, it's not one size fits all. At the end of the day, it's just pushing yourself and training to failure, eating well and sleeping well that counts. Number 20, gym perfectionism. Now, what I mean by this is thinking that everything has to be perfect each time you go to the gym. Basically being like a fair weather lifter. You have to think, oh yeah, I have to sleep well, I have to be high energy, I have to have my pre-workout, I have to have the right song, I have to have the right bench, I have to have the right mindset. Like, there are going to be days when you're tired, annoyed, frustrated, angry, distracted. Doesn't matter, just lift. It's those days where you're not feeling great that give you that extra edge over someone who only goes when the conditions are perfect. Number 21, the last one, and I was doing this until very recently, especially on pull-ups, is doing cheat reps during your working sets from the start. Now, what I mean by this, and it's specific for me on pull-ups, but it could be on any exercise, depends on what you do, is that from rep 1, I would be doing cheat reps, saying, oh yeah, if I swing my legs and do a cheat rep and use momentum, then that means what I'm doing is just making sure I'm truly exhausting my back, because it's not like my back can pull me anymore. No, that's just bad form. Anyway, so those are the 21 mistakes that I've made in my lifting journey so far. I'm probably going to make more, but like with anything, you make mistakes, you learn from it. And I don't regret making any of them, because ultimately they've just taught me not to do that anymore.